Everyone knows when I call you my Deku, Zelda, Link. That's a compliment. Therefore, nombre, I'm not mocking you, kid. My new name is Nacho Libre. What? I mean, who are you? What? You don't even go here. Who are you? What? Who are you? You don't even go here? Uh, my new name is Duck. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh, what? That's my name on my birth certificate. Duck. D-U-C-K. I'm a good speller. I'm a. Yeah, I am. I'm obviously a polar bear. Would you use your eyeballs? We're practically twins. Yeah, we are. That is why they call me White Bear. Because I'm a polar bear. Yeah. And then I was like, and they were like, what? And I was like, do you have eyeballs? I'm obviously, this is obviously me, alive and in the flesh. I don't know how, but they found me. I don't know, it just, I was feeling nostalgic. And I was like, this is so gosh darn nostalgic. My new name is Birds Bees, and I'm totally watermelon flavored. Yes, I am. My new name is Watermelon Head. They were like, what? And they were like, not the watermelon head. And I was like, everyone loves Steve. Steve or Stephen or Steven or Esteban or Stafan, which, not to be pedantic, however, I've noticed the grown ups are not creative. Adults ruin everything. What the frick? Just because you changed the spelling, therefore it's unique and he's a protege? You named him Steve, and you named him Steve, and you named him Steve, and you named him Leave, and you named him Steve. Just you and me, and you and me, just us, and my friend Steve. Da, 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 Steve. You named him Steve? Why did they name my kid brother Steve? He was like, it wasn't his fault. He was just grooving. He was like, and I was like, they named him Steve. They seriously just named him Junior. They seriously just named him Angel. They actually and honestly and sincerely and literally named him D A D. I was like, why? And then he was older. He was like, and I was like, hey, just because they named you DAD, therefore your new name is Papi. Nambre, my new name is Mommy and your new name is Papi. That's unhealthy. He was like, I don't know. He likes dancing. He's like da na 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 na. Ooh ah. Mm-hmm. I was like, bro, you're not a good singer. He was like, ugh. I was like, you're not a good singer. Everyone knows. I mean, everyone in the choir remembers you. He was like, I was like, listen here, Steve. You're totally my favorite brother-in-law, but You're not good at singing. You're handsome. I'll give you that. He was blessed with. Look, they were all. Are you twins? They must be twins. And then we were like, and we were like, what? Twins? And they were like, you must be twins. And I was like, I'm taller than him. I'm so gosh darn tall. Yes, I am. I am taller than him. And then they were like, yeah, but are you guys twins? And we're like, oh. We were so offended. We were like, why? We don't look anything alike. He was like, "Ugh." I was like, "Ugh." It was like, because, we were children and we were very offended. I was like, this is obviously the face of an angel, and this is obviously Draco Wormtail, the white ferret himself. This is obviously the red weasel, and this is the white ferret. The red weasel and the white ferret. He's obviously a Weasley. Would you look at him? He's clearly a natural born redhead. Yes, he is. And I'm obviously a natural born blonde. Would you use your eyeballs? And then they were like, what? And then we were like, what? Just because his glasses are similar to my glasses, therefore, he's literally my twin brother. Hey, I was born first, and I'm a Sagittarius. And he's a Pisces. Sagittarius, Pisces, Sagittarius, Pisces. And they didn't seem to understand the difference. And I was like, ah. He was like, ah. I was like, I am taller, therefore, I am Captain Hook. And he is Peter Pan. He was like, Cha, I'm Peter Pan. I was like, I'm taller. Therefore, I am a unicorn. And he is a crocodile. He's like, I'm a crocodile. And I was like, I'm obviously Pegasus herself. He's like, she's Pegasus. And he is the Florida man. I'm the Florida man. He was very loyal. All right. He was loyal. And I was like, interesante. Listen here. And he was like, cha. I was like, from now on. He was like, cha, cha. From now on, I am unicorn. And he was like, cha. And you are crocodile. Cha. You're totally an alligator. And he was like, cha, I'm totally an alligator. He was loyal. He was loyal. And I was like, I have seniority. He was like, yeah, she has seniority. He was loyal. So I was like, seniority. He was like, seniority. Because Sagittarius. He was like, she's totally a Sagittarius. And I was like, Pisces. He was like, I'm totally a Pisces. Therefore, he was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was like, listen up. Group huddle. He was like, group huddle. And, he was really loyal. He would do whatever he was told. He was a little parakeet. If Sandra D told him get in the car, he got in the car just because she told you to. Nambre, come back, David. Oh, I'm really broken up about it. Okay, now she's babysitting him. I mean, what? I thought she was babysitting him. They're in the car and they're all crazy car, and she's in the car driving the car, and he's in the passenger seat, and they caught them on film and everything. Lila with me, bad and wrong. Whoa, love don't get any better. Dress undone, you're still my favorite taboo. And I was like, hey, would you settle down? And he was like, you and me are irresistible. Donna. He's a parakeet. He just repeats whatever he's told. I was like, hey, just because they said we will rock you. Therefore, my new name is Mona Lisa. And he's like, yeah, we will rock you, rock you. And then I was like, hey there, Delilah. What's it like down there in Mexico? And then he was like, and I was like, yo, listen up. Here's a holla from Iran. Naked Mole Rat is the name of the song. Here's the motherfucking Tushner tea. Here's the gossip and all that dash. Lupus and Sirius Black with the best friend, Peter. We're not afraid of any attack because Peter, come here. Oh, what is that? That freaking thing. Yep, that's right. That's Sirius Black. His name is Sirius Black. And I'm obviously Mooney, ha. I'm obviously loony, yeah. He is so serious. And that's why his name is Sirius Black. And my name is obviously Remus Lupin Greyback himself. Therefore, would you use your eyeballs just because I've got the same glasses as him? Therefore, my new name is Harry Frickin' Potter. Nombre. This is not the United Kingdom. This is the United States. And they were like, what's the difference? We were like, nombre. And he was like, nombre. And I was like, ugh. He was like, because he just was copying everything I said. And I was like, he was like, because he was just copying me. He was always being a copycat. So I was like, your new name is Lefty. He was like, my new name is Lefty. And I was like, your new name is Recliner. He was like, my new name is Recliner. And I was like, my new name is obviously Rainbow of Glorious Danger. And he was all, she's glorious and she's dangerous. Yes, she is. And then I was like, look, would you use your eyeballs? Can't you tell the difference? He's over there with the freaking gym rats, and they're totally gonna win the rat race. He's with the Winchesters, yes he is, and he's all dun 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 dun. So he's doing that over there. Well, he's doing that over there. I'm like, we will, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, something something Rocket Man, yeah. Elton John is gonna be gay someday. They got mud on. What? And then he's like, puddle of mud. And I'm like, puddle of mud. And he's like, what is that mysterious thing? And I was all, puddle of mud. And then he was all, we will rock you. And then he was all, hey there, Delilah. What's it like in New York City? And I was like, hey there, Delilah. What's it like up there in Mexico? Hey there, Cecilia. What's it? What? And then he was all, hey, that's the wrong name. I was like, her new name is Cecilia. And he was like, no, it's supposed to be Delilah. And I was like, same difference. Hey there, Cecilia. What's it like on the ceiling? She's having a motherfucking tea party on the ceiling. Yeah, she is. Cecilia, get off the roof. Get off the roof. Da na na. We were like, whoa. And then he was like, I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. And I was like, he wishes he would step back from that ledge, my friend. He was like, cut ties with all the lies that you've been. And then I was like, would you come out of the closet? If you do not want to. He was really good at karaoke, all right. There lived a certain man in the UK long ago. He was really tall. His name is Garza, yeah. And they said he's totally the firstborn. That's why his name is Garza, yeah. And they said he's such a chacho. He is wonderbar. Diego. He's such a chacho, yeah. That's why we call him Go Diego. And he was like, there lived a certain man in the UK long ago. He was big and strong. He danced really wonderbar. And they said he's such a. And I was all like, he doesn't even know what the words mean. He doesn't even know, but he's a good singer and he's loyal. And he was all, hey there, Delilah. What's it like up there in England? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty. How you do? And he was really determined. He was like, that guy taught me how to play the guitar. And I was like, that guy taught him how to play the guitar. Good job, whoever you are, Pablo. Good job babysitting. I mean, good job teaching him the guitar. And he was like, Shaw, I'm so good at karate. And I was all, Shaw, I'm so good at yoga. And he was all, Look, my name is Donnie Darko. And he's obviously the rabbit. And I was all, and he was like, and I was like, wait, you literally want to go to karate? He was like, Shaw. I was like, just because cousin Miranda is a black belt, therefore you're gonna do karate. He was like, well, she made it look so cool. She's doing the karate, and I want to be a karate kid. I was like, Nambre, my new name is Barney. Joy to the world. Ted is dead. He's a karate kid. And I flushed him down the potty. I mean, what? No. Moaning Myrtle, she can sit with us. And he was all, I was like, he's just like Miranda. He was like, and I was like, and he was all, ROTC. I was like, really? 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 He was like, ROTC. And I was like, just because Miranda is doing it, therefore ROTC. He was like, well, the angel is also doing it. And if the angel is doing it, I want to do it. I was like, they triple dog dared him. And he was all dun 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 dun. And I was like, they triple dog dared him. He was like dun 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 dun. I was like, fine. OMG. And he was like, dun, 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 dun. We were not on the same page. Not anymore. He was doing motherfucking karate and ROTC. I was like, I'm gonna stay with the choir. Hey, Maldonado. Shaw, I will join the choir. Yes, I will. She's Maldonado. Then he was like, dun, 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 dun. Ooh, Babe Ruth. And I was like, have fun with Babe Ruth. I'm over here with Maldonado. He was like, dun, 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 dun. And I was like, hey, I have a Spanish class with her. My new name is Yo no habla español, nombre. What? My new name is I don't speak any Spanish at all. Nombre, pinche la. I mean, what? No, me llamo, hola, me llamo Andrés. Pero, yo no habla porque no eres mi primera idioma. No, mi primera nombre. What? No, you called me a He called me a butterfly. He called me a butterfly, and he called me a flower, and she called me a flower boy. They actually think I don't speak Spanish. Whoa, this is hilarious. My new name is Monolingual. That's my new name. And Maldonado, she had no idea. She had no idea. But I was like, I'm gonna sit next to Maldonado. My new name is Butler, and her name is Juliet. I mean, what? My new name is Butler, and her name is Judith. My new name is Butler, and her name is Anna. I mean, Anna. Anna. Yo no habla. Anna or Anna? Anna or Anna? Is it Anna or Anna? And are you okay? Will you tell us? Are you okay? Anna Maldonado, Maldonado, Maldonado. And then she was all, and I was like, sorry. Asexual? She was like, cha. And I was like, she's decided. I mean, um, no, that has nothing to do with Steve. And she was all, I am asexual. And I was like, she is asexual. And she was all, and everybody knows. And she was all, everybody knows. And then she was like, and I was like, and look, guys, would you leave her alone? She's decided to be asexual. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. You crazy, leave her alone. Because the padres be cray cray. The motherfucking papi, he cray cray. Motherfucking Mungia, he cray cray. Motherfucking Luis goddamn bloody Diaz, stay the hell away from Maldonado. My new name is Bodyguard. Stay the fuck away from Maldonado. Hey, back up. Stay away from her. What the fuck? My new name is Delgado. Chef. Aren't I as handsome as Fuentes? Yes, I am. Therefore, my new name is Fuentes. My new name is Wilkinson. And leave Delgado alone. Leave her. My new name is Bodyguard. Check. Yes, Juliet. You know what? He can sit with us. What's his name? No, he can't sit with us. And I was like, hey, leave her alone. Why won't you leave her alone? My new name is Bodyguard. Leave her alone. My new name is Bodyguard. Yo no habla en inglés, pero yo entendí. Yo no habla en inglés, pero yo entendí. Motherfuck, what the goddamn shit? I do understand. My name is bilingual. But they actually thought I didn't speak Spanish. Number motherfuck. Your new name is the fucking bitch. Believe me when I say this motherfuck. Goddamn little motherfucking what? Your name is Toño the what? Toño the what? Toño the tonto. Your new name is the motherfucking burro bitch, yeah. Your new name is the donkey motherfucking ditch, yeah. And my new name is Billie Eilish. What? I mean, my new name is Alexander. Right back. She decided, look. And I was like, my new name is Bodyguard. and I am bodyguarding. And then she was all, they won't leave me alone. And I was like, no, it's okay. Uh, they, when you're with me, they're gonna leave you alone. And then I was like, my new name is Velma. Yeah. Anyway, and then they were like, I was like, and then, it was an accident, but one thing led to another. And I was like, and she was like, and then I was like, she's asexual. Would you leave her alone? She was like, yeah, I'm asexual. I was like, don't you have an eyeball? And don't you have brains? And don't you know how to use the motherfucking Webster dictionary? Google? Why don't you Google it, huh? She's gonna reproduce asexually. She was like, yeah, I'm gonna reproduce asexually. And I was like, my new name is BB Bike. He was like, they, you know, um, they were all, her new name is BB Bike. And then I was all, I'm sulky disposition. And then they were like, she is sulky disposition. And I was all, yeah. And aren't I as sexy as Darius? I'm blonde. And then they were like, blonde? That's Darius. And I was like, yeah. And I'm a natural born brunette. Natural born brunette. And then I was all, my new name is sulky disposition because El Diablo. And then they were like, El Diablo. El Diablo is named Morose. And then they were like, Cha, I am named Morose. And I was like, and my name is Sulky Disposition. And they were like, Cha, her name is Sulky Disposition. I was like, therefore, turn near me. Charlie is so cool. Like, and then they were like, Club Penguin. I was like, yeah, good job, buddy. Club Penguin. And everyone knows Mari. She's on Club Penguin. Everyone knows. If you want to talk to Mari, Club Penguin. Everyone knows. And if you want to talk to Andres, if you want to talk to Andres, you got to get on Tinier Me. And then they were like, yeah. And if you want to talk to Mari, Club Penguin. And then they were like, yeah. And we're all, hey, what's your name? Cha, we won't tell anyone. Oh, what is your name? Ah, yeah, we won't tell anyone. And then she was all, yeah, my name is Mario. And I was all, her name is Mario. Mario herself. And then she was all, yeah, my name is um Alexandria. Zandria. And I was like, yeah, her name is spelled with an X. Don't you have eyeballs? Zandria. 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 And she was like, yeah, Zandria. With an X. With an X. Because you can't sit with us. And she was like, yeah, you cannot sit with us. And I was like, and my new name is Butler. And she was like, and her new name is Butler. Yeah. And therefore, and we're like, yeah, therefore, your new name is Scott Pilgrim. Come here, Danny Olivo, you can sit with us. She was like, Danny Olivo, he can sit with us. And I was all, his new name is Scott Pilgrim. She was like, his new name is Scott, yeah. And then, they were all, the doctor is dying, the doctor is dying, the doctor is dying, the doctor is dying. I was like, they're watching the BBC. Therefore, exterminate, regenerate. They were like, ha. Then I was like, how do you do? My name is Griffin Dork, 'cause I'm a little motherfucking bitch. My new name is Surge the Scourge, 'cause I'm a little witch. And she was like, ha, from now on, we're reading Harry Potter. And I was like, from now on, we're reading Harry Potter. And she was like, Daddy said we're not allowed to read Harry Potter. I was like, my father, he said we're not allowed to read Harry Potter. And she was like, ha. And the preacher and the pastor and the priest, they were all, Harry Potter is illegal. And I was all, apparently Harry Potter is illegal. And we were like, no, but Harry Potter is illegal? My new name is Harry Potter. I did not want to read that book because motherfucking Baragan was reading that book. And I was like, he clearly has no taste. And I'm not going to trust him to give me a book recommendation after that book he bought me for my birthday. Nambre. He doesn't have any taste. But I'm not allowed to read Harry Potter. Reverse psychology. My new name is Harry Potter. And then she was all, and it's gonna be totally awesome. And I was like, what is that mysterious ticking? Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, Dumble Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, Rumble. And she was all, what's up, Scooby Doo? I'm coming after you. And I was all, she's coming after you. and she's gonna solve a mystery. And I was like, my name is obviously Daphne Greengrass herself. And then she was like, yeah. And if you're not with the Slytherins, you can't sit with us. I was like, our favorite color is green. She was like, yeah, our favorite color is green. Would you use your eyeballs? And then we were like, and then she was like, I'm gonna be her. I'm gonna be her. Dressed in style like Clara. Can't you see me flirting madly? The main attraction of the picture show. Like Clara Bow. That was her lines. And I was all, I'm gonna live the life of an outlaw. She was like, yeah. They'll cut their hair the way I cut mine. She was like, chus. And when the law has got us surrounded, no doubt we're gonna shoot our way out. Then I was like, bang, bang, he's dead. Bang, bang, she's dead. Dead to me. They had it coming. Oh. She was like, yeah, they had it coming. Oh, they had it coming all along. Oh, if you'd have been there. Oh, if you'd have seen it. How could you tell us that we were wrong? That's why I call her my Mario Mario. She's as sexy as my Tia Mari in Canada. Yes, she is. And her new name is Mommy. And she was like, yeah, my new name is Mommy. And then we were like, and she was like, they had it coming. And I was like, ha. And then she was all, who do they think they are? Running around leaving scars, collecting a jar of hearts and tearing love apart. And I was all, yeah, you're totally gonna catch a cold from the ice inside your soul. So don't come back for me. And she was all, it took so long just to feel alright. Something, something, I don't speak in English. I live in K-pop. I live in K-drama. I live in Korea. So she lives in Korea. BTS, no, 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 no. She lives in BTS. And she's totally turning red and I'm totally spies. So she's the redhead, and I'm the blonde. And I'm a natural born blonde. Yes, I am. My new name is Caucasian, and her new name is Caucasian. And then she was all, I was like, I'm on it. I've got it. I can do anything. What she needs, I got her back. Just say the word, I'm there. If you find your world is caving in, you can bet you're gonna need a friend. Someone to take your fears away. Say the word. My new name is Stoppable, and you're Kim Kardashian. What? I am your. My new name is Ashley Tisdale. You can be London Tipton, alright. My new name is Sharpay. Fabulous. And she was like, fabulous. That is my simple request. And she was like, that is our simple request. All things fabulous. And she was like, all the things, they're going to be fabulous. Bigger and better, the best. She was like, yeah, this is Texas. And I was all, we need something inspiring to help us get along. She was like, please be nice. And then I was all, we need a little fabulous. Is that so wrong? Flaquita, that is my simple request with the bubble butt, bigger and better, the best. I need something inspiring to help me get along. I need my Aphrodite, yeah. Is that so wrong? And she was like, yeah, is that so wrong? And then I was like, I kissed a girl and I loved it. The taste of her cherry chapstick. I kissed a girl just to try it. And there were witnesses. And she was all that someone else was in the room when it happened. The room when it happened. The room when it happened. Someone else was in the room when it happened. The room when it happened. The room when it happened. And I was all, obviously Garza was there. And Gamez, he was also there. Brian, yeah, he was there. And she was all, yeah, he was totally there. Yeah, he was. And then Garza was all, I'm gonna leave the room. And we're all, she is gonna leave the room. So then He's the king of the swinger club, the jungle VIP. He reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering thee. He wants to be your husband and stroll right into town and be just like the other men. He's tired of looking around. He's 21. He's 21. His new name is the chosen one. His name is Roberto. Roberto Robato. He is her chosen one. And she's the king of the swingers, yeah. The jungle VIP. She reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering thee. She wants to be a bear man cub and stroll right into town and be just like those other what? She's tired of looking around. And then something about Princess Tutu, but I don't even watch anime. Why? I've never seen that. Princess Jellyfish, she doesn't even go here.